to Tiki their ears off? I know I am. Before I get started today, I thought I should clarify things a bit. These albums and bands I feature on this little YouTube show, I like them. Spoiler alert, here's the thing. I really only have time in my life to do one review video a month. What with YouTube fighting me over copyright restrictions and arguing whether this constitutes fair use or not. As an aside, I'm a recovering journalist. This is absolutely fair use. If it's not, maybe I should just start making my own cheesy reaction videos to exotica albums from the 1950s. But I digress. I'm only doing one a month, so I want to share music with you that I like. If I was getting paid for reviews and getting a lot of submissions, then maybe I'd stretch things out and do things differently. But as it is, why waste time and effort on something I'm not keen on? Besides, it does take a lot of time, talent, and money to record an album, even on a shoestring budget. So it takes passion and commitment, especially for niche subgenres like exotica and surf guitar. So who am I to crap all over someone's passion project? I'm certainly not a musician. The last instrument I played was trombone in 8th grade, and I gotta admit, I was not good. So the long and short of it is, you're only going to see stuff that I like here on Tiki Your Ears Off. Guess what? I like Mr. Moai and the Tikiheads. I hate to break it to you, but Mr. Moai and the Tikiheads isn't actually a group. It's one guy, Mike Young, who adopted the moniker Milton Moai for his tiki music efforts. Based out of North Carolina, Young describes his sound as exotica neo-lounge. There are certainly elements of that in the Mr. Moai sound, but I think surf guitar is the third side to this tropical triangle with, some others thrown in for good measure. All three of those main genres play a crucial role in Mr. Moai's distinctive sound. His debut album, Surfotica, was released in 2023. Since then, Young has released 6 additional singles, 5 of which are collected on Surfotica Deluxe, released in 2025, which includes all 9 tracks from the original Surfotica release, and that's what we're listening today. First up is Cocktails for Breakfast. I gotta say, this is one of my favorite tracks off the album. The instrumentation is that of surf guitar, but the melody incorporates elements of exotica and neo-lounge. And as if that is not enough, there's more than a little evocation of haole steel guitar going on. I mean, this is a cool groove, energetic yet laid back. I'd say this is pretty close to the perfect fusion of the main 3 tiki music subgenres. You listen to it and smile. I can personally attest to the fact that a Planter's Punch cocktail pairs very well with it. That's a random data point, I know, but it is true. Now, let's give a listen to Shaken and Stirred. Okay, this one is more clearly anchored in the surf guitar camp, with the guitar the focal point of the arrangement. In addition to surf guitar, we have elements of exotica and spy jazz bouncing around. That repeating twangy guitar motif harkens back to not only John Barry's iconic 007 theme, but also Henry Mancini's Peter Gunn. I mean, those are two of the most iconic spy/detective guitar riffs out there. So if you're going to make musical references in your song, refer to the best. Again, this piece achieves that elusive synthesis of being energetic while simultaneously being a laid-back groove. Finally, I want to highlight one of the bonus tracks originally released as a single that was collected in this deluxe edition. Let's give a listen to Sugarcane Spirits. Remember what I said about Cocktails for Breakfast being a fusion of multiple musical subgenres? Well, Sugarcane Spirits takes that and cranks it up a notch. If I just heard this instrumental in isolation without knowing that it came from Mr. Moai, if you put a gun to my head and made me guess, I'd have to say it likely originated with the Tiki Orchestra, which treads some of that same musical fusion ground in layers of exotica themes on top of neo-lounge underpinnings. Once again, the guitar drives the train, but it's not the dark, twangy, reverb-drenched surf guitar. It's a brighter sound, playfully interacting with the other instrumentation on this arrangement, all played by Young. That's impressive. And I have to say, I can hear his increased confidence on display in this song. He's gone from a clever but restrained, "I hope this works" approach off his debut album with the 9 tracks to an overt, "yeah, wait till they hear this" assurance just a year later when Sugarcane Spirits was initially recorded. There are a number of exceptionally talented exotica lounge and surf bands that have risen to prominence during this tiki renaissance that we're in. But Mr. Moai does a good, if not better job, as any of them in combining those various styles into something that's simultaneously fresh and familiar. At the same time, Young's not shy about showcasing specific genres front and center. The track Senor Moai is straight up exotica, incorporating Latin rhythms and percussion in the tradition of Les Baxter from classic albums like Ritual of the Savage and Tamboo. Ka'awe is heavily influenced by classic hapa haole and Hawaiian Renaissance groups like the Mahaka Sons of Ni'ihau. Young's all over the place within a tiki-specific Venn diagram, and he makes it work. Not only that, he makes it sound easy. As always, please consider supporting these independent artists by directly purchasing their music if you are able. I've included a link where you can do so down in the show notes below. I know the popular thing is to access music through streaming platforms these days, but those streaming platforms treat artists like crap. If you want these artists to continue to produce great new music for us to enjoy, the best way to encourage them is to buy their stuff. So, until next time we meet, keep tikiing your ears off.